Yeah, yeah. Yeah, what's going on? Hello everyone, I'm back. Alright. I want to see the show WMC. When I was reading the comments, I put up in a previous video that somebody... Alright, I got no... Hello.
To the Prescott Police Department.
The door is open. It looks like a gunshot hole in the window, and there's shell casing inside, and the bedroom door is closed.
Coming up. The hospital always does it. They focused in on one person right from the very beginning.
It's the show WMC.
Blood. And here's the bombshell. Neither one belonged to Steve DeMucker.
There were a lot of red flags that were concerning.
When Dateline continues.
Yeah. And someone wanted the show back.
Welcome back to Today. We got a lot to celebrate on this Wednesday morning. It's good to have you along with us.
You don't know when
Yo.
your moment's coming,
Thank
but
you.
when it does, you take it.
Everybody, the day's biggest political stories with trust and insight now, and expert analysis now. A daily look at the politics behind the headlines. Meet the press
All right.
now, streaming weekdays at 4 p.m. on NBC News Now. News is happening now. Look at what's making headlines around the world. Whenever it happens, wherever you are, it's here.
Yeah, I'm online. I'm connected online.
As we look out over the latest city turned crime scene, we see the things left behind. Back now with our NBC News exclusive. Here's what's happening in your next report.
To cover the news, you have to be in it. This is how so many towns and cities are protecting themselves. They're pushing the gates open. Was there a school officer on campus? That's what we've been told.
No, Top Story with Tom Yamas. Weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
You don't know when your moment's coming, but when it does, you take it.
As we look out over the latest city turned crime scene, we see
All right.
the things left behind. Back now with our NBC News exclusive. Sometimes the news can be difficult and overwhelming for kids to understand.
Ukraine and Russia. Could you help me understand what's going on?
So to help make sense of it all, we've created a newscast just for them. We hope your family will watch Nightly News Kids Edition. The indictment of a former president, perhaps candidate for president, would arguably tear the country apart. Is that your concern? Can you update us on the status of negotiations? Top Story with Tom Yamas is your news playlist on NBC News Now. And now, you can listen to it as a podcast. Available anytime and anywhere. From the world of X comes the story of Pearl.
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll see you back here at noon. Okay. All right. Okay. Mwah.
It's gonna be great. It'll be fun.
Doctor. Yeah, I'll be right there. Son of a... I know, I'm sorry.
You have a hot date last night I didn't know about?
No, why?
Because I tried calling, but your phone was off.
That's what they call us for. It's a suicide, right?
No, it's Joe Donovan. Joe Donovan, San Fran's QB for the, I don't know, last 15 years? 3 Super Bowl rings, future Hall of Fame.
QB stands for quarterback, right?
He must be the pride of Texas.
Come on, Mrs. Donovan. I have to be with them. They're gonna take him away. It's okay, Mrs. Donovan. Let's just go back upstairs.
Joe's wife, Paris. She found the body this morning when she and the kids returned from the house in Napa. At the moment, she's floating away on a fistful of sedatives.
Wait, did the kids see?
No, I didn't see a thing.
Wife, 2 kids. This guy must have been in some serious pain to end it this way.
Until Donovan was not one to let pain stop him. The man once played half a game with 2 broken ribs and a dislocated shoulder.
You respected him.
Yeah, and so should you.
He did take the coward's way out. What? I'm just saying.
That you woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning, I can see that.
Is Tom here?
No, why?
Where is he?
When the world judged her home, she wrecked her city. When the world...
Wait, babysitting is...
Tonight, new revelations about exactly what the FBI seized from Mar-a-Lago. A federal judge unsealing the full inventory list, revealing dozens of empty folders marked classified at Donald Trump's home. What was inside? Also, Mr. Trump's former Attorney General, William Barr, slamming his old boss for keeping top-secret files at a, quote, country club. And the new fallout from President Biden's blistering primetime attack on Mr. Trump and his supporters. Also tonight, the Labor Day travel rush. What's happening at the airports and on the roads after a summer of travel chaos? Dangerous holiday heat wave, nearly 50 million on alert in the West, and the Atlantic's first hurricane of the season, where it's headed. The water crisis in Mississippi, a new pump finally up and running, but an urgent warning that pipes there may burst. New images at sea, and Iranian warships seizing U.S. Navy drones, what officials are saying tonight. The assassination attempt caught on camera, a man holding a gun to the head of Argentina's vice president. How she survived. The teacher kidnapped while jogging near a college campus in Memphis. The vehicle police need your help finding. And Hollywood legend Jane Fonda, the health battle she's just revealed.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening, I'm Peter Alexander in for Lester. Tonight, for the first time, we're getting a detailed list of exactly what FBI agents found when they searched former President Trump's Florida home last month. A new court filing reveals those agents recovered nearly 50 empty folders, all marked as containing classified information, but all of them with nothing inside. That disclosure, ordered by a federal judge, is raising new questions whether the government fully recovered the secret documents or any remain missing. And it comes as President Biden is defending his attacks on Mr. Trump and his supporters, warning the future of American democracy is under assault,
while Republicans accuse the president of trying to distract from his own record on inflation and crime. Kelly O'Donnell starts us off tonight.
Unsealed by the court today, this detailed property list raises new questions about what happened to classified records at Mar-a-Lago. 48 folders with classified markings inside the former president's office and storage area were empty when the FBI searched. Another 42 empty folders indicated the contents had to be returned to a military aid. Where are the government secrets that might have been inside? Unknown. The FBI did seize 103 classified records up to top secret level found inside the office and storage room. The inventory notes the highly restricted documents had been mixed in with ordinary things, magazines, gifts, and clothing. For the first time, the Department of Justice revealed that more than 11,000 unclassified, government-owned papers and photographs were also seized. Mr. Trump's spokesman responded, this unprecedented and unnecessary raid was not some surgical, confined search and retrieval, but a smash and grab. However, today, former Trump Attorney General William Barr defended the DOJ's actions.
People say this was unprecedented. Well, it's also unprecedented for a president to take all this classified information and put him in a country club.
Donald Trump's actions contributed to the dire warnings from President Biden last night in Philadelphia about dangers to democracy.
MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution.
Republicans rejected that as an unfair, broad attack on Trump voters.
They do want to make America great again. They just don't agree with President Biden's neo-socialist woke agenda.
But today, the president said he thinks most Trump supporters do not support dangerous ideas.
They weren't voting for attacking the Capitol. They weren't voting for overruling the election. They were voting for a philosophy he put forward.
And Kelly, former President Trump is set to make his first public appearance since the FBI search of his home.
Peter, that comes tomorrow. He will hold a rally in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. His endorsed candidates for Senate and governor will be there. And no doubt this investigation will likely be on Mr. Trump's mind. Peter?
Kelly O'Donnell on the North Lawn at the White House. Kelly, thank you. Now to the travel rush this Labor Day weekend. Millions of Americans taking to the skies and hitting the road after a summer filled with travel troubles. And in the West, no relief tonight from that dangerous holiday heat wave. We get more from Miguel Almaguer.
From Philly to Chicago to Los Angeles, tonight no holiday for some of the nearly 13 million Americans flying over the Labor Day weekend.
With all these people, hopefully I, stay calm and cool.
With some of the nation's biggest airports seeing their largest holiday crowds today, August was a month of misery. Nearly a quarter of all flights delayed.
I'd rather do an early flight than get here and be in the middle of all the rush.
While airlines are looking to rebound after a summer of cancellations, the vast majority of Americans will travel by car this weekend. Gas prices falling for 2.5 months, now $3.80 a gallon, but the national average still 20% higher than a year ago.
Taking a road trip is still the most economical mode of transportation, even with the higher gas prices.
As many remain eager to get away, for 48 million, there's no escape from the historic heat. Tonight, the Golden State red hot in more ways than one.
Oh my God.
Evacuations now underway in Northern California as yet another fire explodes, this one threatening the town of Weed. Cities like Los Angeles, emergency calls are pouring in.
Yesterday alone, LAFD responded to 227 calls above their daily average. Many of those heat-related.
And now, more record triple-digit heat across states like Nevada, Utah, Montana, and Wyoming.
We're seeing it affect more than just the usual elderly and the young. It will affect the general population due to how prolonged it is.
Tonight, tens of millions of Americans feeling the heat and on the move. A holiday for the record books.
And Miguel joins us from LA now. Miguel, there are serious concerns about the power grid there.
This is Dave Navarro, and we are back with a new season of Ink Master, only on Paramount Plus. Ink Master is back with an all-new host. Welcome to the Ink Master shop. I've been sitting at home judging this competition for 13 seasons. As I've gotten to know tattooing over the last 20 years, I've been able to spend time with some of the best artists in the world, and I've learned a lot about it. I'm an enthusiast. I think I'm a little bit more nervous now.
I have been a huge fan of Good Charlotte since I was a kid.
Legendary fan favorite artist return for another chance at the title. And the biggest cash prize in Ink Master history. $250,000. Woo! That's a life-changing amount of money. You guys ready to meet the new panel of judges?
Yeah.
Ryan Ashley. Ryan Ashley is a fine line black and gray expert. Ami James. Oh, man.
One of the leading experts in Japanese tattooing.
And Nico Hurtado.
That's right, Peter. The power grid here in California remains volatile. They're asking people to conserve energy from 4 to 9 p.m. just to avoid rolling blackouts. And the next few days will be the hottest. Peter, Miguel, thank you very much.
Jim Knapp. Steve said he was told a similar story.
Steve said that somebody was communicating to him through the ventilation system in the jails and told him a story about how a drug ring.
And Miguel joins us from LA now. Miguel, there are serious concerns about the power grid there. That's right, Peter. The power grid here in California remains volatile. They're asking people to conserve energy from 4 to 9 p.m. just to avoid rolling blackouts. And the next few days will be the hottest. Peter, Miguel, thank you very much. After an unusually quiet season, the first hurricane of the year has now formed in the Atlantic. Hurricane Danielle is churning far out in the ocean with winds of 75 miles an hour. Forecasters say it is not a threat to land. The hot job market has cooled a bit. Data out today shows that hiring last month was still strong, about 315,000 jobs added, but it is slowing. And while some industries are still complaining about the challenge of finding workers, others are now laying off some employees. Here's CNBC's Seema Modi.
A jobs report today with something in it for everyone. This is the perfect Goldilocks jobs report. It shows job gains that are hot but not too hot. Wage growth that is hot but not too hot. The month of August adding 315,000 new jobs, the biggest gains in professional and business services, healthcare, and retail.
The great American job machine continues to come back.
But the information sector, which includes tech, now struggling, seeing the slowest pace of growth in 6 months. Priya Gupta is among the tens of thousands of tech workers recently let go.
I was just currently laid off about 6 weeks ago.
After aggressively hiring during the pandemic, tech companies like Amazon, Robinhood, and Peloton are slashing jobs. Snap laying off 20% of its workforce just this week.
It was definitely scary and unfortunate when it happened. Of course, just in terms of paying your bills, that's super stressful.
Meanwhile, the hospitality and travel sector, which has led the recovery in the labor market, added just 31,000 jobs in August. Still, 1.2 million short of pre-pandemic levels. Hotels don't have enough applicants.
We're not being able to run all of our outlets 7 days a week for the full operating hours. In some occasions, we're not able to turn rooms.
One bright spot in today's report, the labor participation rate, which measures people who want to be in the workforce, rose in August, giving a hopeful sign to those who recently lost a job, like Priya.
Even though there's a lot of layoffs happening, it seems like a lot of companies are still hiring.
While painful, the Federal Reserve wants the labor market to continue cooling down, seeing that as one key factor in getting this country's soaring inflation under control. Peter?
CNBC's Seema Modi. Seema, thank you. In Mississippi now, the water crisis in its 5th day, that state is struggling to keep up with demand for bottled water. Head of FEMA arriving in Jackson today to assess the water emergency. Morgan Chesky is there.
In Jackson, this now a frustrating part of the daily routine.
It's really affecting us pretty badly. That's why we're stocking up on water.
In barely 24 hours, the state says it's handed out more than 500 pallets of water, nearly all loaded in cars. For those lucky enough to have one. This Jackson resident trying to get enough water for the weekend. Addressing this problem isn't new.
You haven't trusted the water coming out of your faucet for how long now?
25 years. restore pressure. A slight improvement, officials warn, could create a potential new problem.
As they're able to increase the pressure at the plant to levels that it has not seen in many years, the challenge then becomes whether we have pipes that rupture across the city.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard on everybody.
At Bravo Italian restaurants, the 5-gallon jugs disappear just as fast as they come in. The business paying for bottled water to stay open after no water pressure shut them down all week.
Was my heart incredibly heavy when I looked at my staff and had to send them home? Absolutely it was. And to look at them and say, you can't work today, and I know you need to, it's very disappointing.
For now, they work. Knowing what comes out of a faucet here is anything but guaranteed. Morgan Chesky, NBC News, Jackson.
We're now less than 24 hours away from NASA's second attempt to launch its uncrewed Artemis rocket around the moon. Tom Costello is in Cape Canaveral tonight. Tom, how are things looking for take two?
NASA says it looks like a 60 to 80% chance the weather will cooperate. Liftoff set for 2:17 p.m., a 2-hour launch window. Yes, you know, they had a scrub on Monday because they thought they had a problem with one of the newborn engines. Problem. They think, in fact, it was a sensor that was bad, not the engine. But they're trying it tomorrow, like in a 2-hour window. If they don't go tomorrow, they'll try for Monday or Tuesday. After that, they slide to mid-September, Peter.
We'll hope for a successful launch tomorrow, Tom. Thank you. There are new images.